Good morning. Good morning. Jojo Williams here. Okay, I want to cut this video because I gotta talk about this. I want to talk to you today about what it means to put yourself first and what it doesn't mean to put yourself first. And I'm talking to everybody, but I think for women this will resonate on a very deep, deep, deep level. We're all taught in life that to put ourselves first is selfish, and to sacrifice ourselves constantly throughout our lives gives us a higher sense of worth and of cause, and I call bull on that. Through personal experience, through developing my own relationship with myself and my creator, and I'm coming to the true knowing, the true understanding that to put myself first is to put my creator first. And let me explain what I mean by that. To be selfish doesn't mean that I'm not reliable. It doesn't mean that I'm not dependable. It doesn't mean that I'm not honest. It means all those things when we don't have that inner knowing that putting ourselves first is divine, because we think in some way it's bad. And when we're doing things that we're not in alignment with and we think are bad in some way, it leads us down a road of not being reliable, not being dependable. Putting myself first means that everybody in my life knows where they stand with me. It means that I can have all conversations that are needed to have, because not only do I have my own interests at heart, but I respect and love everybody in my life, giving them the opportunity to always be able to make informed decisions in their life. Putting myself first means that being loyal to loyalty first. What does that mean? That means that I will not compromise my own ethics, my own morals, my own desires simply to prove loyalty to somebody else. I will never be a kiss butt person thinking that my success in life or happiness in life is dependent upon another. It is dependent on me and how I choose to react to every situation that I encounter in life. I encourage you today to put yourself first and do it with grace. Do it with a knowing, because when we love ourselves wholly and completely, we can't help but love others. When we are honest with ourselves, we can't help but be honest with others. When we take ownership of our lives, all of it, and recognize that the sum of who I am at this exact moment is an accumulation of all the choices that I have made in my entire life. We become empowered to make new choices. And when we make those choices, putting ourselves first, we don't take something away from others in our lives. I know as a mother, we often think that putting ourselves first takes something away from our own children. But in fact, it's the opposite. It teaches our children to grow up into a world where they too get to put themselves first. If we give them the example of a life of self-sacrifice, never allowing them to experience the everything is a result, cause action. They need to experience the result of their choices and learn how to put themselves first. We being that example of putting ourselves first is enabling and empowering our own children to put themselves first in life. Isn't that what we want them to grow up and do? To put themselves first, to know that they deserve joy, love, happiness. What about the relationships in our life? What about every form, friendship, marriage, whatever, business, whatever it is? And putting ourselves first, don't we give others permission to do the same? And when we're truly putting ourselves first, we come to these places of honesty. Honesty where we know what we know, what we know. And what I mean by that is being on a place in your path where you walk with such certainty, such faith. I know that I'm doing every ounce of my part to fulfill my destiny. And I am trusting, walking in faith, that the divine is doing his part. And all is as it should be. Everything that arises in your life when you put yourself first is a blessing, because you see it as happening for you and not to you. You see it as an opportunity to grow through it. Relationships start, relationships end, but nothing ever really ends. It only changes form. Coming to that knowing, I am putting myself first in that aspect of life. Today I encourage you to put yourself first. Put yourself first. And when you do so, you're empowered to stay the course. Stay the course in your life to reaching your goals. And recognize that anything that's changing on that path is meant to change. It's the path being cleared for you to walk directly toward your goals. It's not evidence that what you're doing in life is failing, because when you're putting yourself first, you see everything is happening for you, and you're embodied to, empowered to see the opportunity in all of it. When you look at life as if this is happening for me, everything is happening for you. Everything. There's no abandonment. There's no loss. There's only gain in every circumstance, every situation. And in putting yourself first, speaking your truth, you become a person who acts on integrity, a person who allows others to put themselves first in life too. Because we cannot do for ourselves what we don't do for others. We cannot do for others what we're not doing for ourselves. If you're not putting yourself first in life, you're not allowing others to put themselves first too. I just had to share that message with you all today. I love you so much. It's already been an empowering moment, and many, many empowering moments this morning. I'm excited for the many blessings that today has to offer, and grateful for the enlightening conversations I've had with some very awesome people this morning. Thank you all. Have a blessed day. I love you.